Holcomb needs your help. The other Supreme Court justices that we've heard this morning, they need your help to help remind folks the importance of why it is that we need good conservative judges on our courts. We need a conservative judge who says what the law is, not what the law should be, ladies and gentlemen. If I wanted to make the law, I would run for the legislature. But as a judge, it's not my job to make the law. I would be breaking the law if I tried to make the law from the bench. That's why this is critical this year, that we understand the 4 Supreme Court justices and the 3 seats on the North Carolina Court of Appeals need to be held by good conservative judges. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been a district court judge in Surry and Stokes counties for 6 years now, since 2008. I'm proud to be a certified juvenile court judge up there for the work that I do in delinquency court and abuse, neglect, and dependency courts with our juveniles. Prior to that time, I served in Surry and Stokes counties as an assistant district attorney where I prosecuted career criminals and protected the rights of victims by working closely with law enforcement. That's experience that we need at the North Carolina Court of Appeals. I believe that's a very important piece of experience that we need in our judicial candidates, certainly at the North Carolina Court of Appeals. I could tell you about my opponent, but you don't need to know. The only thing you need to know is that Southern for Judge. And I ask for you to visit my website at southernforjudge.com. I am the only conservative in my race. I ask for you to like us on Facebook and visit us on Twitter. Follow us there at Judge Southern. I need your help. I look forward to earning your vote this year and introducing you to my wife Beth and my daughter Kate and my son Flynn, and asking for you to help earn your vote this year. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to come and speak to you this morning. Remember, southernforjudge.com. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the sake of my policy of being transparent and honest to the delegation, I wanted some people to know that as the judges have described, we have worked very hard. There's no other conflicting GOP function or party function going on at this moment in the state. We are the first district to have our convention. As such, all the senatorial candidates were advised that if they did not show up in person, because we've been over backwards for them, that no surrogates would be allowed to speak. So that's the reason why if someone's not here. But in defense of everything, we will take latecomers. And running for U.S. Senator, and he just arrived here late, is Alex Bradshaw. Let's give him a hand.
Yes, the MapQuest, at least I thought it was telling me to turn right after Holden, but instead of left. But anyway, yes, I am Alex Bradshaw, running for Senate. I'm a bedrock conservative who I believe in the sanctity of human life, the young life of the unborn, that more than 1 million are slaughtered each year. I went down to Waco last year, actually, for the 20th anniversary, which reminded me of why our Constitution limits the powers of the federal government. I want to preserve our free market system. And so, but you may be saying at this point, well, we've already heard 7 candidates have pretty much these same positions. So why did you decide to run? How exactly is it that you offer a choice rather than an echo? Well, it turns out that although there are other candidates who are as passionate as I am about those issues, there are some issues that I have that I consider important where I actually either disagree with all or nearly all of the other candidates, or they're neglecting the issues. Like the Trans-Pacific Partnership. None of the other candidates have made a priority of alerting the public about this trade deal which threatens our sovereignty and our jobs. I believe that we need to stop the Trans-Pacific Partnership in the cradle. Not, they'll probably say, well, Obama came up with this trade agreement out of nowhere, and I got outvoted, but you should re-elect me because I voted against it. Well, I think we need to stop it before it suddenly comes out, to a vote. The other candidates have several criticisms of Kay Hagan, but none of them have brought up the fact that she was a co-sponsor of the Protect IP Act, also known as PIPA, which was the Senate counterpart of the SOPA, which was a bill which was basically was going to sail through until there was a massive outcry back in 2012 that stopped it cold. But none of the other candidates wants to is bringing this up. I support when President Obama, in his State of the Union, proposed a lame patent reform half measure. None of the other candidates challenged Obama with their own patent reform proposal that would really solve the problems of the patent system, which may seem esoteric, but when you think about it, patent systems are the result of the patent system is connected to innovation, which is connected to jobs. So it's connected to jobs. And I will say that as a fighter, I'll stand up for my principles, but I will not, I disagree with the shutdown, which all the other candidates have supported. It's bad strategy.
Thank you all very much. Point of privilege for the chair. The media people, the delegation from Alamance said that I was Chairman Daoud. I know I feel down at night, but my name is spelled D-A-O-U-D. It's Daoud, not Daoud. Where's our Sergeant at Arms? Please stand over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unregistered delegate in the room. I'd like to hear a motion that we make Congressman Howard Coble a delegate. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Sergeant at Arms, escort my traveling companion, Howard Coble. Please stand and let's give him a round of applause. I got your seat, sir. Thank you, sir. You want to take a seat, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our feature speaker for the convention. We're very honored by your 30 years of service. But I'm going to tell, Howard always likes telling stories, so can I tell one on you?
You're the boss.
Oh, okay. As many of you know, Howard has graciously gone around to just about, I think you've gone with me to 8 out of the 10 conventions, county conventions. And as some of the county chairs have told me, Howard was retiring. He didn't need to go to the county conventions, but he is going around everybody, and he'll talk about it in a few minutes, to stress unity after the elections, because he wants to be sure the party stays together. And Howard said to me, and he promised me, he is not going to retire. He is still going to be active in making sure you guys abide by his policies, his wishes, and what he's done. Now I'm going to embarrass Howard a little bit. We're driving, I think it was 2 Saturdays ago, to the Orange County and Durham Convention. And of course, everyone knows my lovely fiancée, Angie Thomas. Where's Angie? There you are. Angie and I were sitting and I was driving with Howard. So Howard, out of the blue, says to me, he goes, "You know, AJ, I've never seen you drink." And I said, "Well, I was raised in a non-alcoholic family," but I said, "I do sip every once in a while." So Howard turned to me and said, "What do you drink?" And Angie just broke out in laughter. And Angie said, "He's got a bottle of moonshine in the freezer, and that's what he drinks." So Howard said, "I never took you to be a moonshine drinker." So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to, I say not our congressman, but a last of the breed, a statesman for the state of North Carolina, Howard Coble.
Thank you for the ovation. Thank you, AJ, for the intro. I appreciate that. Some 2.5, 3 years ago, there was a meeting in Guilford County, in fact, in the 6th District, and there were 3 speakers, of whom I was one. After we adjourned, the lady from the audience came to me and she said, "Howard, your speech was the best of the 3. Well, I thought my speech was not all that good. I said, "Well, what made you decide I was the best of the 3? She said, "The other 2 speakers spoke for 45 minutes. You spoke for 15. It was an easy decision to make. Folks, I will bring the same brevity to you this morning as well. I don't embrace long-winded speeches, but thank you all for being here. And thanks for what you've done for me. Where'd AJ go?
I'm right here, sir.
He has my back. You all been mighty good to me for 3 decades. Well, over that, for that matter. Bob Hunter mentioned the fact he was a campaign manager the first time, which is true. But folks, I feel good about this race. The table has been set by the Obama administration. The Libyan fiasco, where Hillary Clinton said, "What difference does it make?" How many of you saw that on TV when she said that? It needs to come back to haunt her. The IRS targeting conservative groups only, Obamacare in addition, Libya. Those 3 issues alone should elevate us to election. It's not going to be a slam dunk, folks. You'll have to work for it, but it can be done. And if we can pick up the Senate and retain our membership in the House, you will see a bright day. But I thank you all for being here. You could be fishing, you could be golfing, you could be in a dozen other places, but you chose to be here. And AJ, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank you for I say AJ has covered North Carolina from the Blue Ridge to the Blue Sea. And that includes more than just the 6th Congressional District. But I'll have a chance to visit with you all many times between now and November. But in closing, thanks for you for having been a mighty good pal to me for over 3 decades. I'll never forget it. God bless all of you. God bless America. Thank you.
Betty, you're married. Here you go, Howard. This is the time that the 6th District gets to embarrass you, Howard. And we don't have 2 fish or 4 fish on our shoulders in a box. Either way, I'd like to bring up right now Nick Vaughn. He wants to give you something on behalf of the Tars of North Carolina. Nick?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Folks, as is apparent to each person in this room, I'm now at the bad backstage of life. That's why AJ got me the chair. So I'm going to nurse my back while I continue to sit, if you'll bear with me. Okay, Nick.
Thank you, Congressman. It is now my honor to present the first annual Honorary Teenage Republican Award. The Honorary Teenage Republican Award is awarded by the chairman of the North Carolina Teenage Republicans to an elected official, party official, or anyone out of TAR's age range that is an advocate of the Republican Party in North Carolina. It is awarded to someone who has dedicated many years to service. When we came up with the idea we wanted to give for the award, I immediately thought of no one better than the man I'm about to award this to today. This man has dedicated his whole life to public service, whether through the Coast Guard, State House, Secretary of Revenue, and even to the halls of Congress. They always say you are as young as you feel, and if that's the case, this man's been a teenage Republican far longer than some of us. This man has been a personal and political mentor to me, a friend, and just simply someone for me to look up to. It is my honor to present our Congressman Howard Coble the Honorary Teenage Republican Award for 2014.
This picture better be on the top of your list in Facebook from all, gotta go above the Romney picture, okay? We'll leave that over here. Howard, it's time for us to embarrass you even further. Okay. Wait.
We're going to surprise AJ for a second.
I was going to say it's time for me to embarrass AJ.
Yeah, AJ didn't know we were doing this. Before we continue with Howard's, we're going to surprise AJ for a second. I'll hold the microphone for Howard.
Let me read from this. The state of North Carolina presents this North Carolina flag to A.J. Daoud in recognition of his service to the citizens of North Carolina and certifies that it was flown over the state capitol building on the 27th day of January 2014. A.J., congratulations.
Tell you, getting you back is going to be hard. Thank you very much. Howard, that was great. You didn't have to do that. You did? You still, Howard, every time I drive with that, stay there, we still got one more thing for you. Every time I drive with Howard, he goes, let me pay for the gas. I said, don't worry about it. Is that in recognition of the gas that you always offer? Thank you very much. I would like to have at this time, the county chairs come on up here. The different county chairs, or a representative from each county. I'm going to give the microphone here. The different counties in the 6th District have done something very unique and a special tribute to you, Howard. And I'm going to go ahead and let Angie explain because it was her idea and she came up with something great and Claire said it was the best idea ever. So we want to give you a gift that you will always remember the 6th District by. So Angie, go ahead and tell Howard what we're doing in the delegation.
Okay, Howard, if you look over here to your left. We thought we'd do a little bit something different than the normal award. So in this basket, in this picture, is Pretty's General Store in Stokes County, which is autographed by the store owners to you personally, and they had it framed. And then this is representative of all the 10 counties that you represent. They brought something special from each of their counties. And there's Norris is bringing his own basket.
That's not moonshine in there.
Did you hear that? Miriam said she tried him to bring moonshine. So, and obviously the orange, guess which county they're from? Orange County? So we got a whole little basket here full of all kinds of different little things for you. So we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, why don't you come on up here and we get a picture. All the chairmen come on up here. Hope you all don't mind when we take a little break in the action here for a little picture. You guys come on up here too, please. Howard, sit down and let them all stand behind you if you don't mind, sir.
If anybody from Stokes wants to represent our chairman, you're welcome to come up.
You're representing Stokes, so you'll be fine. Oh, Rhonda, okay. Come on down, Rhonda. I have my big belly.
Y'all have to smile.
Daniel's goosing me, so I just...
I'd like to get her along with his beach. I'd be in that mood.
Thank you all very much. Go ahead and take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking everybody to go to the back of their brochures. If you all haven't seen it, I'd like to read it, and it'll be our closing for our featured speaker and what I consider a great statesman. On behalf of the citizens of the 6th Congressional District of North Carolina, the Executive Committee of the 6th District Republican Party would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Honorable Howard Coble, who has represented us in Congress in the past generation. And Howard, that's a great picture of you, and we're honored. And Howard just agreed to, if you like, he's going to hang around for a few minutes. We are not going to disrupt the convention business, but for a small donation of what you feel that you'd like to give towards the 6th District, we're going to take him to the back table and he'll autograph them and put your name on it. And you're welcome individually to go ahead as long as it's not disruptive and do it. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, please escort the Honorable Congressman from the 6th District of North Carolina. You want to say one more thing? Okay.
Thanks to all of you for this. I really do appreciate this. And for the record, based on the photograph, no one from Hollywood has called me yet. So it ain't working yet. Thanks to all of you. Thank you, AJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a standing ovation for our Congressman. Along with population members, Howard Coble was elected when President Ronald Reagan was first in office. Debbie, go back and collect the donation. Go back there. Real briefly, before we start our 6th Congressional District, I'd like candidates forum. I'd like to really quickly, will the elected officials please stand up? We're going to ask you to go around the room and state your elected office and what county you're from. Elected officials, please stand. Jeff, go ahead, you start.
Jeff Phillips, Guilford County Commissioner, District 5.
Phil?
Bill Berger, District Attorney, Rockingham County. Zach Matheny, Greensboro City Council.
Sarah?
Sarah Stevens, House District 9.
Jennifer Reinberg.
Royce, Rockingham County School Board.
Alan?
Alan Branson, Guilford County Commissioner, District 4.
Go ahead. You're behind the poll, so I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Rhonda Jones, Stokes County, 6th District. Commissioner.
Mike Adams, Summerfield Town Council.
Where's George McCollum? He's going to get so upset. Yeah, he's going to get so upset he missed this. And I think he's in Red Oak. I don't know where he went to. I thought I saw John Bluss floating around here.
He went out to Spartacus today.
He what? Oh. Anybody running for a county or local office as a candidate, please stand. Give us your county, which is the office you're running for, and we'll have you recognized that way. Go ahead.
Miriam Akins, Rockingham County Board of Education.
Emily Hyder, and I'm running with Miriam for the Rockingham County Board of Education.
Mickey Silvers, County Commissioner, Rockingham County.
I'm Janet Wallace. I'm running for Guilford County Clerk of Court.
Just so you know how we did it, the local and the county candidates should have been heard at the county convention level. So that's why we're recognizing them, but not having you guys hear from them, because we feel the congressional candidates in state counties should be emphasized at the district level. Now, having said that, we're going to go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand to a group of guys that I've gotten to know and in love with every one of them from traveling around the 6th District. We really have a hard choice and a great group of guys. Let's please welcome the 6th Congressional District candidates. And the first one up, Jeff Phillips.
Thank you, Chairman. And that's an impossible act to follow. And really, again, extend my appreciation and thanks and gratitude to Congressman Coble and all he has done to serve our region, our state, and our nation. And just continue to wish him all the best. And thank you for all the support and encouragement he's given us along the way in this race. And I know I'm taking a little bit of time. I just want to share a few things about myself personally. Most of you in this room I've had an opportunity to at least speak to or meet individually, but I think to to sort of reiterate a little bit of that briefly, the importance. I think most of you may have heard that I have been a Christ follower for 41 years of my life. So when I look at life or governance, I see what I do through that lens, and that is something that's very important for you to know about me. The crowning achievement in my life is that I've been married to Lori for 32 years. Many of you have met her, and we have 2 beautiful daughters, and they are very successful and independent young women, and we love the men that they've chosen for their lives as well. I've been a financial advisor for 28 years, and I own my own small business here in Greensboro. And as many of you may know, in page 6, if you'll look at later on, you can check this in your agenda. You'll see a little bit about me. I'm a Guilford County Commissioner. It's important for you to note that the budget here in Guilford County is nearly $600 million. I had the honor and privilege to chair that budget committee and that last year and currently. And I'll tell you, just without going into a lot of detail, the things that we are concerned about most in Washington, that is debt and spending and taxes and the impact of all that on our nation's fiscal health and the risk to its future, is exactly what we've been working on here in Guilford County with success. Frankly, it's been, in my view, remarkable. I want to point out Alan Branson, who introduced himself. Raise your hand again, Alan. Is Hank here this morning? If you haven't thanked these gentlemen for the progress we have made in Guilford County, please do so. We have done some pretty amazing things. They said couldn't be done. We reduced spending, cut the tax rate, we increased education funding, and we put the brakes on the debt growth. And those are exactly the kind of things, not just one of which they said couldn't be done, all of which they said couldn't be done. We did it all. And we've still got a lot of work to do. We're not done yet, but we're on the right track, and we're turning the corner. And I'm proud of that, and I'd like you to consider those facts as distinguishing characteristics. I am the most conservative candidate with any budgetary authority and legislative experience in this race. All that combined is very critical when you look at resumes and qualifications. I ask you to look very closely at those facts. And I want to thank you for your time this morning. God bless you. And thank you for all you do in your respective counties throughout this district. Thank you.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Hancock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Ken Kopp. I'm running for the 6th District seat. I live down the road in Jamestown, where I live with my beautiful bride, Blair, without whose support I couldn't do this. I want to talk from my heart this morning for a minute. I've traveled all over the world, literally, and there's no country in the world that could allow someone like me, who grew up in poverty, to achieve everything I've done. But that American dream and our constitutional freedoms are under serious attack, and do not believe that they cannot disappear, because they can, unless we do something, and do something immediately. Whether you're picking your personal physician, you're sending someone to Congress, you're going to pick someone not only that has leadership, but also the person that has the best qualifications and experience to attack these problems immediately. I have 27 years of senior management experience in corporations, creating thousands of jobs. I don't just talk about knowing how to do it, I've done it. I spent 10 years in the military, serving as 4 years as a Russian linguist, dealing with the intelligence community internationally, and 6 years as a JAG. I've risked my life repeatedly for these freedoms, and I've been honored with many, many decorations for that bravery, and I appreciate that opportunity. I've already negotiated with senior foreign officials of foreign countries, 5 foreign countries, and I was also asked by the Bush administration to join a State Department trade mission trip to Russia, where I negotiated with the Minister of Transportation for the government. I was also a Special Assistant U.S. Attorney, a prosecutor, and a pro tem Superior Court judge. I was also a clinical psychologist, where I volunteered my time working with children at risk, victims of child trafficking, suicide prevention hotline, and battered women. I have always put people first in my entire life, not just recently. I believe that with my qualifications and experience, I am the best candidate in this field to stand up to a Democratic challenger in November. After all, that's exactly what we're facing, a strong Democratic challenger. and you must pick the person with the most qualifications and experience to go after that. When I go to Washington, I only serve 3 special interests: my God, my family, and the voters. I take no special interest money. I haven't and I won't. You can't serve 2 masters. It's either the voters or it's the special interests, and for me it's the voters. Finally, I'm not looking for a career. I'm not looking for status, I'm not looking for fame, I'm not looking for privilege. I have God-given talents and experiences that I want to use for the voters and the citizens of this district so that I can put America back on the path that we need to do. With that, I'll just say, God bless America, and I hope you make the right decision, because our country is at stake. Thank you.
Hang on a second. Charlie, why is it we always have problems with the mic cord every event we go to? I just want to briefly take a second. They were outside smoking or whatever. There's 2 elected officials that have come in. They came in late after the introductions. George McCollum?
Yes.
Wait, I'm doing my proper job. And John Bless, our state representative. Stand up, John. They're both from Guilford County. Oh, come on up here. No, we're just doing our introductions. There we go. Charlie Southern, ladies and gentlemen, from Rockingham County.
Just like I thought we were going to do some work around here. I did not know that they were going to present this. This is myself, Charlie. I noticed that Howard Trouble wanted to know whether that was something to drink. Well, it's safe to drink if you don't mind bubbling it both ends. My name is Charlie Southern, Rockingham County. Okay, all right. You hear me better now? Yeah. Okay, yeah, all right. My name is Charlie Southern. I'm from Rockingham County. Been here a long time. I'm the oldest candidate, I think. I'm 73 now, will be 74 when I get elected. I've been a fighter all my life. I'm not a good student. I've been to really, really good schools, and they keep asking me for money, and I guess I did okay there. I am